Good morning and welcome aboard. Quick sound check for everybody. Let us know that you see our charts and hear my voice. Hey, Bamal. Um, Bamal, let me know you're not a bot. Hey, Ian. Good morning. Hey, Hilmar. Welcome back. Joel V. Hey, Peter. We're getting all set up here for the trading morning. AKG. John S. Andrea. Hey, Gerald. Good morning. Got a few more people coming in this morning. We got a real tight group here, all focused on either learning how to scalp the S&P 500 E-mini or have already learned how to scalp the S&P 500 E-mini from Sol based on a price action trading strategy. There's a lot that goes on here both publicly and privately. First order of business is to get set up and on your end, whether you're a guest or a current student of Sol's or a monthly subscriber to Sol's services, make sure you have your S&P 500 E-mini chart up. Try to get very close to Sol's 5-minute and hourly chart. You also have a 30-year bond chart. Should be able to hear my voice. You should be able to hear Sol's voice when he steps in. This is a subscription service. There's nothing cheesy about what we're doing here. This is an opportunity for you to really buckle down, utilizing a price action trading strategy. And developing or looking to develop what we call consistent profitability, which is really a tough thing to do. It takes concentration on your end. It takes focus on your end and obviously focus on Sol's end, right? You know, if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. If you haven't signed up for Sol's monthly, make sure you do it. We do have an AI that sweeps individuals that could be bots, individuals that just come in and try to get Sol's levels. Sol's levels are that good. Individuals just want his levels. We ask people to do it the right way. Sol does have a discount based on the holiday, and I would look to take advantage of that if I were you. Again, usually it's 379. It's on for 100. It's pretty great discount based on the holidays. If you get the $100, you get to keep it. In other words, instead of 379 rolling over, it rolls over at 100. There's a TikTok to what we do here. Right now it's 9:10. It's Thursday. Boy, it's January 7th, 2021. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading between you and your broker at your own risk. It's very important for you to know that. Doesn't have to be said, but that's important for everybody to hear and make note of. So this service is broken down into various levels. First level is a guest, welcome guests. If you've been coming in on and off and you haven't paid for Sol services, make sure you get the deal. The bot will sweep you out. If its bot sweeps you out because you're non-responsive or you haven't paid, you'll go into the penalty box. It'll release you after 24 hours. I don't think you want to go in there because then the next time I think you get banned forever. So make sure you take care of your business. Um, doesn't do much for us, I hate to say, because Sol's trading, but it does show respect for the service and respect for the host. The third level of service is signing up and being part of Sol's course and his mentoring work, where he does work with you on an individual basis based on where you are in your trade, where you'd like to be, and he teaches you his concept of price action trading. He does it in Zoom. He does it himself. It's very interesting to say that. There is nobody else but Sol. There's really nobody else like Sol. Um, I help him get people set up. I help him manage his room, if you will. And it's really an opportunity for individuals to learn the price action entries, exits, and stops, how to set the level so you can do it on your own. And then you get to stay with us for a significant period of time. His mentoring lasts a year. So it's a really good way for individuals. So it all starts with what? Starts with coming in as a guest, transitioning pretty quickly into a paid monthly, and then we have further conversations about Sol's course and his mentoring work. It's pretty easy stuff. It's all Sol, um, based on his relationship with you. It's a pretty unique opportunity in a lot of ways. What would you pay to have somebody actually teach you how to do this? I mean, I would think that having somebody, and let's just talk about his pedigree a little bit. Sal's a CME Group floor member. He's been trading on the floor. And if you are not familiar with the floor, look it up. The CME Group trading floor in Chicago for 25 years or so. He's been up against the best traders in the world, in my opinion. He has survived and excelled at his craft, and he is available to individuals who would like to be part of his world. It's a very simple proposition, and it's really up to you to take the steps to do that if you so choose. Saul is a busy guy, he's trading, he doesn't take everybody. Matter of fact, we had somebody recently that he didn't take because, for whatever the reasons are, but that's, Saul has to want to work with you. I mean, think about it, right? And that's just the way it is. So I wanted to welcome everybody to this morning's session. Right now it's 9:14 a.m. Eastern Time. Saul's getting ready to step in. Remember, he is at risk and he is trading based on this price action trading strategy. So he is, also trading, and he's trading based on, and we'll just talk about the TikTok there, is that Saul believes that he gains a trading advantage over other traders by setting key levels in the S&P 500 E-mini on a daily basis right around the cash open. So when's the cash open? The cash open is coming up in about 15 minutes. So he's going to come to his screens, he's going to set the levels, and then he's going to give those levels out to you in audio. So write them down, put the pivot in the middle and the other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. These become in Sol's trading areas of interest where he believes the market's going to make change and he can capitalize on that change by doing trades. So, what kind of trades does he do in and around those levels? Well, he can do fade trades or momentum trades. In other words, short trades or long trades. He does it based on the price action and price movement of the S&P 500 E-mini as those levels are approached. And he is looking, is very important, at the price action, and he has specific ways of entering a trade price. Okay, specific ways of entering the trade price in and around those pre-mapped out levels, which gives him an opportunity to be disciplined based on his ability to make money today. And what's the plan here? The plan is to develop consistent profitability based on a price action trading methodology. And that's the price action trading methodology at work. So the focus here should be for individuals that want to be like Sol. Okay. You want to trade like Sol. You want to do price action trading like Sol. You want to work on putting levels together like Sol. If that's the case, then you would minimize your view of the market down to what Sol's charts look like, minimize your distractions so that you're able to load in your levels. So let's say today Sol's going to give you the levels. Well, you want to load those levels into your software and you want to have the areas singled out so that as the market trade action happens and as the levels come into play, like Sol's pivot or as levels around the pivot or some of the levels um, beyond the pivot, usually there's 3 or 4 or 5 on the top he calls resistance and 3 or 4 on the bottom, depending on market action activity on the bottom that he calls support. This is the key to today's trading, these levels, and also the key to consistent profitability. Now, that's for Sol. You want to join in, you want to join the monthly, you want to be part of Sol's world, then you would do that. Then you would inquire about working with Sol privately and personally, as you get more acclimated to what we do here and you decide what you would like to do as far as your trading. Do you want to narrow your focus down? Do you want to really hone your skills on a daily basis? And that's the opportunity that presents itself in front of you today and on a daily basis. So, again, so what are the keys to today's opportunity and tomorrow's opportunity and the next day's opportunity, right? Unless we bang up against the weekend, right? We have to wait till next week's opportunity. So, this is trading days, intraday, morning session, be done for the day. 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, be finished for the day. And if that's what you want to learn, stick around, join the monthly, get the discount. I always say that. It's funny how people, maybe, well, actually, people do pay the 379. I shouldn't press myself. I don't want to upset them. There are individuals that just want Sol's levels. Will pay for his levels and then utilize those levels in their own trading based on price action. He's got individuals from the trading pits that always loved his levels, always wanted his levels. So that's what we do here. So this is a masterclass in price action trading with Sol. I will send out the link for you to sign up for Sol's monthly at the discount. Watch out for the bot if you choose to try to skate. For those that are joining us on the outside, join us on the inside by clicking on the link and join us in Zoom. So let's see if I can dig that out for you. I'm going to send it out to everybody in the chat area. Let me know if you got that. Hey, Bamal, let me give me the quick hi sign that you're there. Hey, Don. Hey, Glenn. If you're not in on the monthly, make sure you get there. 2021 starts everything over again, so don't hesitate. Hey, Steve. I don't know. Let me check. It could be. I saw something go through today. I'm not sure if it was yours, but I'll look. But I appreciate you asking. So, Bamal, you might get caught up in the bot today. Just want to give you the warning. I think it went out. I got John S. I've got Peter S. For those that are just joining us, welcome aboard. Saul will be coming in shortly. Be prepared to write today's levels down or this morning's levels down. These are the actionable areas that he's looking at based on his own trading. Steve, I don't see it, but let's give it another day or so. It's no big deal. I appreciate you checking. But just so you know, it just hasn't shown up yet. Hey, Frank. Hey, Fred. Good morning. Hey, Elkie. Good morning. Hey, Elkie, I'm going to send you the opportunity to sign up for Sol's Monthly at a discount. Let me know that can be taken care of. Let me just get it out to you. I'll send it out to you directly. Oh, that's great. Well, Steve, thank you very much. I'll let you know. I'll check, but remind me. I get a little caught up. Hey, Peter O, I heard class went really well yesterday. Remember, Saul does have a class, and the feedback on the class is very good. You know what he does is he has people exit from this service, and then he does his class in Zoom, with the charts and relating to the trades that happen in the morning. Hey, Peter, this is a very good compliment. Thank you very much. You'll see that. Hey, Elkie, let me know what you're thinking. John S., I'm not sure if you're part of Saul's monthly. Just let me know. Anybody else, make sure that you're resetting for the year. It's nominal. It's $100. Show some what they say initiative. Hey, Geraldo. Hey, Geraldo, we all set with the opportunity we talked about? Just let me know back in chat.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? I just want to make sure you can hear me all right. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Can somebody put a yes? Okay, good. No problem. Just want to make sure because who knows. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 37.65. 37.65. Our resistance above at 74.80, 85, 90, 3,800. Support below at 55, 47, 42, 34, and 24. Pivot of 65, support 55, 47, 42, 34, 24. Resistance on the upside at 74, 80, 85, 90, and 3,800. All right. So, well, we had definitely um, historical kind of situation yesterday happened here in the United States. Um, as crazy as it was, really didn't change anything. The Biden was at the end of the day confirmed by the Senate and the House, and uh, all that that person did was cement his legacy into U.S. history, unfortunately, in an ugly way. And bonds, if you were watching or if you were trading, S&Ps did break yesterday when that stuff started happening. And I guess since no buildings were burned, they kind of sustained themselves and eventually started coming back. Um, and ended up, still had some pretty nice gains at the end of the day. Obviously, the fact that the day before the Democrats won control of the Senate gives uh, credence to the fact that they're probably going to have more stimulus. I think rev up the economy, but with revving up the economy, you're going to get um, what do you call it? You're going to get threat of inflation, maybe. As you can see here, bond market continues to, we got to going close to a 68 handle now. We were close to in the 70s for a very long time as the yields on the bonds continue to rise. Bond prices act inversely to yield, and that's what's happening there. Which again is not the worst thing. I don't know. We'll see. Um, and market, again, stimulus. Hopefully, a vaccine that will be distributed and come in. So those two factors adding to the strength here in the S&Ps over the last you know few days, especially after they signed a stimulus check um, over the weekend, or Trump did, even though he initially said no. As we swiftly come up here to the 74 area, and that was kind of yesterday's high there. So um, see what it wants to do. Mm. All right, so that was a very disturbing few hours yesterday. Market did not like it too much initially, and then, like I said, since they didn't burn anything, no buildings were on fire. I guess the market kind of sustained itself. Congress has. Let me see if there's any numbers. Well, we did have initial claims come out this morning, and that really did not do much to anything. Again, keeping the market kind of strong here as we came right up there to the just around the 73 area. Again, if you're scaling in, remember, because of the added volatility here, you're probably going to have to scale in, hopefully, a little bit wider than a half point, right? You've been catching those moves pretty good there, Steve, every morning. Good job. Very nice. Yeah, so initial claims came out, and remember, tomorrow, Friday is no, yeah, yes, tomorrow's Friday. Unemployment's going to be out before the market opens up, so we'll see what that's going to bring us. Peter, are you here? Could we do this tomorrow instead of today? Good morning. How you doing? Couple of the if you were watching what we talked about as far as our value areas and our exit strategies yesterday worked very nice in the relation to the um, news that was coming out at the time in the afternoon. I don't know if you noticed or not. Okay, fantastic. All right, good, good, good. You can see even you just again we let the technicals do the work for us, and then the fundamentals created volatility, and then the technicals held that where they were supposed to, and they worked nice. When they work nicely together, it's a very nice combination for us. All right, so tomorrow, thank you. Yeah, so let's see if we can we got anything coming out today. Let's see, 9 o'clock. ISM services. So a little bit of a number coming out as we come up here and test the 74 area. So a little bit of a number coming out. Then we have a whole bunch of Fed speaks at 11 o'clock. Bullard is talking at 12 o'clock. Evans is talking 2 o'clock. Daly is talking. So these guys are yakking away. I mean, chit-chatting away. Yeah, again, there's a new environment now, right? New set of stimulus that might be, attacking the market as the market nicely comes off of our 74 area here. Again, we're just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. We're trying to find these inflection points where it gives us an opportunity to scalp the market. We're trying to get 2 to 3 points on our trades, and likewise the same amount of stops, so that kind of keep everything in balance. And then when things, if you're trading multiple contracts and you can take some profits, peel some profits off, and see if you can't take a little bit more than some 2 points on whatever's left over. You could do that. Again, you need to trade multiple contracts to be able to get in at a nice price, and then try to have a trailing stop on the rest, and then try to just take some profits as the market goes your way. So, Peter, am I giving you some better new things to look at when you look at those charts now? Good. And again, the recognition of the opportunities is one aspect, and then you have to find the ones that you can visualize and see and work for you, and you feel confident in it, and then try to take advantage of them every time they present themselves. You like the double tops? All right. Yeah, so we got a few Fed speaks coming out later on this afternoon. So if you see some volatility there, who knows? All right, so we got a nice rotation there against our 74 level. And now we're just kind of floating it back up here. I'll see where it wants to do. So at least it's a little bit better than the last few days where we were getting run over here by our first level and had to work a little bit harder. I mean, it's not always straightforward and easy. Sometimes we actually have to work. But it's okay. You know, nothing wrong with that. So, all right, so we have a 9 o'clock number here coming out, so we'll see what happens. Chaos in Washington. Congress has formally confirmed the election of Joe Biden as the 46th president of the United States after rebuffing efforts by a small group of Republicans to object to the acceptance of the Electoral College win for Biden in Arizona and Pennsylvania. The House and the Senate began the process of counting electoral votes Wednesday afternoon, but the proceeding was interrupted for about 6 hours by a mob that stormed the Capitol building. The count resumed at 8 p.m., but that was after a woman was shot, killed by Capitol Police, and while 3 other people died from, like they say, medical emergencies, or heart attacks was the other medical emergencies that I heard that they died from, or something like that. Terrifying day or historic day for America's democracy. Maybe a bit of both. While the mob delayed presidential certification and led to horrible violence, it did not stop the process or institutions, and lawmakers were able to convene later that evening. A second of the 2 runoffs elections in Georgia was called in favor of the Democrats, as handing Biden control of the Senate and solidifying his economic policy platform. Both John Ossoff and Warnock led their opponents by more than 0.5% threshold to recount, triggering a blue wave to descend on Washington. How did the market respond? Trading was largely unaffected by the chaos in Washington and the U.S. Capitol, and ended the day mostly higher on expectations of more robust stimulus. Tech fell back on the possibility of antitrust legislation, though futures linked to major averages all powered higher overnight. I think the reason the markets are too flummoxed is, I haven't heard that word, it's not going to change the transition of power. It's not going to change the transition of power. Okay. 10-year yield also is above 1% for the first time since the pandemic began in late March, sparking a rally in the bank sector. All right, we've come up here, kind of hanging around at 64. We sold it initially, got a nice rotation off of it. Right now, there'll be support down at the 65 area, our pivot. Otherwise, maybe kind of flagging here a little bit, maybe looking for a next level above at the 80. Number coming out here in about 14 minutes or so. The disarray seen in Washington also lifted some online, also shifted online as both Twitter and Facebook suspended President Trump from posting on their sites. It marked the social media's industry's strongest action to date to rein in controversial content, citing risk of violence and repeated and severe violations of the policy. Twitter also locked Trump's account for 12 hours, also warned that future violations of the rules could lead to a permanent suspension. What happened? The platforms have been labeling election-related tweets by Trump since November, which made the clarification of the victory and claimed that there was a plot to steal votes. The final straw appeared to be a video circulated by Trump in which he described those who showed up to the rally as very special, called the election fraudulent, and said he understands how the protesters feel. It was a landslide election, and everybody knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now, and we have to have peace. All right. It's nice of him. Censorship bias concerns over the violence is raised during the U.S. During a recent U.S. Senate Commerce Committee hearing, when Twitter's Jack Dorsey was asked how Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini of Iran was allowed to glorify bloodshed in many of his tweets without any takedown. His response: "We did not find those to violate our terms of service because we considered them saber rattling, which is part of the speech of the world leaders in concert with other countries." Okay. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging here. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna try to uptick here a little bit. Again, if you wanted to buy it there, again, you can see where the bottom of the range is there. If you're looking for that, it looks like it's flagging, but probably looking to uptick here a little bit, but we could be range bound unless it decides to pop. We do have a number coming out here in about top of the hour, so it's kind of one of those things where we got our first level. Now we got to see what we're going to do. Let's see. Corporate America speaks out. Business leaders and trade groups, including the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the Business Roundtable, and National Farmers Union, are calling for a peaceful transition following the turmoil seen in the U.S. Capitol. Since the start of the week, we've already heard warnings. Prominent company leaders have cautioned about challenging election results and undermining economic stability, motivated in part by the desire to get members of Congress back to focusing on repairing the economy that's been shedded by the pandemic. What are they saying? The insurrection, I should say, that followed the president's remarks today is appalling and an affront to democratic values we hold dear as Americans. And there must be a peaceful transition of power, said Blackstone's CEO, one of Trump's most loyal allies on Wall Street. And this is not who we are as a people of the country. added JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon, while Apple's Tim Cook said it marked a sad and shameful chapter and called for those responsible to be held accountable. The head of the National Associated Manufacturing Group, representing 14,000 companies in the United States, called for Vice President Pence to seriously consider invoking the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office. Even though I totally disagree with the outcome of the election, the facts bear me out. And nonetheless, there will be an orderly transition on January 20th. I have also said that we will continue our fight to ensure that only legal votes were counted. President Trump tweeted through an account of Dan Scavino, the White House director of social media. While this represents the end of the greatest first term in American and presidential history, it's only the beginning of our fight to make America great again. Cryptocurrency keeps surging. Went up over $1 trillion for the first time. Bitcoin skyrocketed to 37,700 overnight and hit all-time record highs. Bitcoin is up 30% since the start of 2021. Since the start of 2021, that's a week ago. And in 12 months has surged 380%. It makes up for 2/3 of cryptocurrency value, followed by Ether, which is about 13%. So cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin is 2/3 of the crypto market value. Okay. Why the reason for the rally? Many large institutional investors have been piling into the market, looking to diversify even more of their assets to hedge against inflation and geopolitical risks. A large number of retail investors and trending following quaint funds that have also joined the race recently due to the FOMO. I have no idea what that is. All right, you can see we're range bound here a little bit, creating a little bit of value. You can see here, if we get above, it looks like the 77 area might pop us up to, well, we got 80s, the next level above. Fear of missing out, that's why they're rallying. Yeah, well, they missed out. I mean, 30% from the beginning of the year in a week. That's pretty good, right? But it does move. I think it was down like 10% one night. So that's crazy. What are you asking me for? I just told you I don't know. All right, we're still range bound here. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you. FOMO, fear of missing out. You got young kids. That's why you know these kind of acronyms. I'm sure Sophia's got her own computer already. Her own phone for sure. Oh, that's funny. Well, she probably listens to me pretty good. Definitely looks like I put her to sleep, that's for sure. All right, we can see we're just kind of building a little bit of value here, flagging a little bit, trying to see what it wants to do next. Where 74 worked very nicely for us, and now we're just kind of hanging up here. All right, so we have ISM services coming out at about 3 minutes or so, and then we'll see if there's going to be another leg here to any of this. Well, I mean, what do you mean it doesn't show ES Mini? That's what we're trading. That it should not show S&P 500 because you're talking about two contracts there, ES and then the wait, and then the S&P 500 is a totally another. Again, we're trying to get you along there above the 77 for a push up here. If you did, take advantage of coming up here to the 80. That was a quick little pop there. We said you want to buy it there above 77, looking for 80. Peter, I mean, you're not getting the same charts I'm getting. Is that what you're saying? All right, so we had a little quick buying opportunity there. It was set up by the little flag in motion up here, and hopefully you were able to buy it there. You got to let the market kind of set your momentum trades up for you, and obviously that was a little bit. That was a not. That was that kind of a perfect situation there. And coming up here to the 80 area. Again, if you were able to buy it there, maybe stay a little bit long here and take some profits along the way. That's why I was mentioning that we should buy it there above the 77. Yeah, we do have a number coming out here in about a minute, so if you. Well, what price does your chart show right now? Again, we don't like to have any positions on, so hopefully we are flat now, given the fact that this number's coming out right now in about less than a minute. Again, sometimes if you're close to the number and you don't want to trade a level because the number's coming out, I get it. Definitely don't want to be trading when the number is out. As we swiftly continue to rally here, again, numbers are going to be out imminently. And you can always tell, like I said, by looking at a ladder ticket, you see there's no 100 lots anywhere. It's all 30s and 40s. Well, yeah, okay. So, yeah, and there's the number that's out. A little bit of a pop right up to the 85 level here. Again, you're obviously taking a little bit of risk there if you're going to trade it because it's so thin. Again, you can trade it a couple ways. Trade smaller. Don't trade larger amounts and keep a little tighter stop, and also take some quick profits as it's moving really fast, as though some more orders are coming in. But you did see like a 400 lot that's solid in there, kind of stopped it for just a second right up against our 85 level there. So hopefully, hey, you're able to take advantage of that. So, Peter, here's the deal. You're not getting any data from the S&P 500 because there isn't an S&P 500 contract that's being traded. Obviously, there is a mini contract being traded. You have to be able to ask whoever your charting person is how to get that up there and what the symbol is. Um, that'll get you the stuff that you need for your chart. So you're not going to get historical data from S&P 500 because there hasn't been any for a while. But you should be able to get the mini ES mini. If you have to ask them and call them and find out what's going on. All right, we can see here, market is liking this ISM number. And again, that's why we have to be a little bit careful when a number comes out. And if you did take it really quick there, you had a little quick scalp against it. If you did, you saw the 400 lot that was on there. And that kind of got taken out really fast. And it was in there. It stayed and traded. So, when they want to trade this stuff, they do trade it. There's a lot of stuff going on that you don't even see, right? Because the computers and the charts are moving so fast. What charts are you using there, Peter? A Gina trader. Well, obviously, I get it. So it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to find the data. You just got to call them up and ask them what you're probably putting in the wrong symbol somehow. Let me see if I can. Here, let me see this. So, that's the wrong one. So, the Gina Trader, they have it. The name. You got to put in the name for the chart of E-mini S&P 500. E-mini. That's what they. There's no like symbol here, but it's under. I don't know. That's what it is. ES is the symbol. Yeah, ES. You got to be able to find ES and then trade the. The other thing that you might be looking at is the contract. Go to the contract and it has to be 03.2021. Maybe I've got the wrong month on there and that's why there's no data. You'll be trading the March of 2021 contract. So you trading the symbol is ES and then the contract is 03/2021. Maybe if you do those two things, you should be able to get something. All right, we're swiftly coming up here to the 90 now. Let's see what it wants. I mean, this is just a continuation rally from the last few days. At least we were able to hopefully get long there against the 77, looking for the 80. And we didn't want to trade against the 85 because of the time factor. And now we swiftly come up here to the 90 area. And remember, these are all-time highs, so you got to be very careful here and use your stops because there's kind of no resistance up here, right? We can only kind of guess, use maybe extensions of, what do you call it? Trend lines and or other little doohickeys that we use, but it's nothing. There's no solid resistance anywhere up here when you hit new highs. Just remember that. That's why you got to keep your stop in there. Again, the buy area there was above the 77, and the only thing is it just came up right against the. Good job there, Steve. It came up right up against our time of the ISM number, and obviously that's a little bit bullish. Why? Why not? I mean, think about it. They're going to have new stimulus, right? And larger check coming out. Um, they're going to hopefully, the vaccine is out, right? And new stimulus, and probably, I would think they're probably going to have, um, wages are going to be. I mean, you're probably going to have minimum wage going to be increased a little bit. So yeah, I mean, there's, you know, I think the thing that you got to worry about, and as far as is the only thing I can be concerned about is inflation, right? Um, so at least that's initially. Like I've been always saying, there's for the next couple of years, it's got to be all positive stuff because I mean they're not going to change anything as far as stimulus or anything like that is concerned until this pandemic is at least under control, if not gone. I don't know if it's ever going to be gone, at least not in the near future, but at least under control. So you get that, and I said that before the election. Didn't matter if Trump won or if Biden won. You were going to have consistent um, flow of assistance into the market. So again, what the market is worried about, and as you can see there by the bond market, is inflation. Again, the bond market always thinks ahead of time, so they're thinking that there's going to be, policy that's going to be inflationary, expanding of the deficit. So they got to do all these things until they start, figuring out a way how to, pay some of this stuff back. And they will. I mean, yeah. But again, it didn't matter if Trump was going to win because he was yelling for a $2,000 stimulus check after the election, which I didn't know how that worked for him, but he kept everything quiet until after the election, and then after they came up with an agreement, wanted a $2,000 stimulus check. Like, why? Why did you do that before the election? I think that would have, maybe helped them a little bit. Who knows? All right, we came up here to the 90 area. It came up all the way up to quickly 94 and came off of as fast. Got down to an 87 and just popping back up here a little bit. So again, we are moving around, and we tried to stay away from the 85 there because of the time factor. If you did take it, it was a quick scalp because it came back down and it continued to push forward, and that was right on the 9 o'clock number. And then swiftly came up here to the 90 and pushed up a little bit. If again, you could have maybe made an adjustment on your entry points just because it was moving that fast. You could have been able to do that and maybe scaled in a little bit better, and hopefully you were able to stay with it and you had a nice little rotation off of it. Again, if you didn't, we're suggesting at least 3 to 4 point stops. So it's got right up to 94. Really didn't trade that much up there. Maybe if you were watching it, you were able to just buy the pullback and even make a little bit of money on the trade. We are moving around really quick, and so sometimes you have to make quick adjustments to the price action. The Sure, we can repeat the levels here. Can somebody print up the levels in the chat box area for me, if possible? If not, I can give them to you. So our pivot this morning, 3765. We got resistance up there at 74. Oh, there they are. All right. So we've come up here, just kind of hanging. Again, we had a little bit of a buy there above the 77. We were trying to get you along there. Again, that was all based on the price action. And that's what we do here. We trade off of price action. We're looking for those opportunities that the market creates for us. Kind of let the market kind of tell us what our next opportunities are going to be. We don't try to guess. Sometimes it's works good for us. That's what we try to do here. Stay focused and let the market kind of tell us what we're looking for. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here again. Seems like we're flagging again up here. Looks like if we get above 95, we could maybe run up to the even area. And above even, up there at 38 even, we got 07 and then 15. Again, like I said, no, they're not letting it turn. I just don't want to miss out, right? Seems like, I don't know, didn't Trump say that if Biden won, the market was going to collapse and be down to zero? I guess that's not happening. Oh, there's the numbers again with the added 07 and 15 on the upside. We never we're getting these moves and we never know which way they're going to go, right? We've had to add levels last couple days, but it's okay. One way on the downside and on the upside last couple days, but it's all right. It is what it is. Well, let's hope it happens. Yeah, it might not happen for a while. You know, seems like nobody wants to miss the boat right now. Oh, it seems like we want to continue the uptick here. Again, you can see the flagging at these are different areas, giving you, if you're a little aggressive there and wanted to get along, maybe an area to buy it, and also you can keep a little tighter stop if we got went below it. But again, those are options for in being long if you wanted to do that. Uh, and so we'll see. We're up 50 S&P points already, so that's a pretty good move. I guess there's a FOMO rally. So the FOMO means fear of missing out. So yeah, in case you thought I know what I was talking about, I didn't. I just found that out today. Sorry there, Mark. I'm not as young as you. All right, so we can see here, and market came right up to the 3,800 area, bouncing off here a little bit. You got to have some resistance against those big numbers. Above 38, we've got '07 and then 15. '07 and then 15, and got a little bit of a rotation here, right up to the 38. Again, those bigger numbers usually sometimes do play out. Hopefully, you're able to take advantage of that a little opportunity there. And this one is obviously kind of very riskless, as it just butted up right against the 3,800 and even traded out there. So um, anyway, but those are levels above '07 and then 15. Very quiet day. It looks like it's going to be one of those slow movers. Right now, we get below. Really, the only place if we get below 3780, we could rotate down, maybe down to the 65 area. But really, up until 37.8 is really. I mean, there's some support there at 85, 86 area, and then more support there at the 82. And then if we get below 80, we could rotate down to the downside there, down all the way. Really, there's really no good support until you get down to 74, 75 area. But it looks like it's going to be one of those slow rallies. Take what you get, take what the market gives you. Be patient, see if we're going to break out, but it looks like they're going to maybe just kind of hold out until unemployment tomorrow. I mean, we are up 50, 60 S&P points right now almost. So a very good rally, and see where it wants to go, but just be a little bit careful, take advantage of take your profits, and then kind of just be patient. We kept telling you it keeps flagging, and, by the lower end of the value area if you were trying to get long there. And if you really, in any of those levels, if you did that, you were not getting stopped out. So that's one way of trying to get long, is trying to find that value area and then look for the next opportunity on the upside. As far as targets, obviously the even was one of them, and that would have been a nice little target. Again, you had to just kind of see where bottom of that flag. If you were looking to get along there against those, against what's happening today, you gotta just find a good entry point, keep your stop in there, and then kind of just put your buy order in there, and just kind of walk away as long as your stop is in, and kind of let the market kind of play itself out. It's happening actually kind of fast. You're not waiting for it like all day. Sometimes when you get late in the afternoon, especially when they suck out some of the premium or the volatility, I should say, it's going to take a little longer. But right now it seems to be kind of moving kind of fast.